Welcome to ACCQ Continuing Professional Education for another learning video. This time we're going to shift our subject matter to economic development, and we're going to talk about investing in education and health. Human capital is the term economists often use for education, health, and other human capacities that can raise productivity when increased. An analogy is made to conventional investments in physical capital. After an initial investment is made, a stream of higher future income can be generated from both expansion of education and improvements in health. Sa madalit salita, merong correlation yung health at saka education. Because the more educated you are, the healthier you become. Kasi alam mo yung nakakabuti at nakakasama sa iyo. So, meron kang knowledge. Now, in the same way, if you are healthier, you become more educated because mas papasok ka sa eskwela. Ganun lang kasimple yun. And it is likened sa negosyo. Para raw sa investment, kailangan mo muna maglabas ng pera sa umpisa para makuha mo yung return in the future. We'll take an example using present value. Please take note of the formula we're going to use in computing for the investments in education of a certain students using net present value. The student decided to finish his course in accountancy and forego his work as a barista, which is earning him a minimum wage of around 40,000 per month. It would take him 2 more years to concentrate and finish his course to become a CPA, earning 18,000 a month on his first year and 27 per month during his second year working as a CPA. Further, it would cost him 75,000 for tuition, books, review for the CPA board, and other miscellaneous. Required calculate the NPV using a 10% interest. So first, we're going to compute for the cash inflows after he becomes a CPA. That would be on the first year, 18,000 per month times 12, or a total of 216,000 per year times 0.909 using a 10% discount after 2 years. So that would be a total of 196,364. And on its second year, he would be earning a higher 27,000 per month. So that's times 12. That would be 324,000 per month times the present value of 10% after 3 years. So a total of 267,769 and a grand total of 464,132. Meantime, the cost of investment made at the beginning of the year, that would be 75,000. No need for the present value since it's made at the beginning of the year. Opportunity cost of working as a barista would be 14,000 because he would forego that income. So for a total of 168,000 on the first year, and the second year using a present value rate of 152,727, or the total cost of 395,727. Now, moving forward, the present value of net cash flows, you just deduct 395,727 from 464,132. You get the NPV of 68,405. So a positive cash inflow of 68,405, meaning that the investment is most likely to be taken if you're going to invest it on a, let's say, a particular project. So suffice to say that yung education can really enhance one's lifestyle. And if you look at it on a collective, let's say in a society, kung mas maraming educated, mas maraming gaganda ang buhay at mas maraming gaganda rin ang kanilang kalusugan. The impact of human capital investments in developing countries can be quite substantial. The figure shows the age earning profiles by levels of education in Venezuela. The chart shows how income varies over the life cycle for people with various levels of education. Note that those with higher levels of education start full-time work at a later age, but is shown their incomes quickly outpace those who started working earlier. So, kagaya ng pinakita natin kanina, the more educated the person, the more na mas mataas yung probability ng higher income. This figure provides a typical schematic representation of the trade-offs involved in the decision to continue in school. It is assumed that the individual works from the time he or she finishes school until he or she is unable to work, retires, or dies. This is taken to be age 66. So ito yung typical na retirement age. Two earnings profiles are presented for workers with primary school but no secondary education, and for those with full secondary but no higher education. So primary graduates are assumed to begin work at the age of 13 and secondary graduates at the age of 17. So for an individual in a developing country, deciding whether to go from primary to secondary, 4 years of income are foregone. So kagaya ng pinakita natin kanina. So we can see here in this table, this indicates the social rate of return of the individual. So ito yung pinag-aaral ng government. Kumbaga, nag-i-invest ang government para sa education ng mga kabataan. So on the left side, you would see the social side. Ano ba yung benefits nito sa society pagka nakatapos siya ng pag-aaral? So it could be that he could become, or he or she could become an honest taxpayer because educated nga siya, no? And on the personal side, nandun mas mataas rin yung kanyang benefit para doon sa individual. So as you can see, education enhances the economy of the country. So if you have any suggestions or any comments that you want to share or a future topic that you want us to discuss, just write down your comments. And of course, subscribe and share. God bless and keep safe.